What up with the people? My name is Sylvester Jr. and this is Culture by Sylvester, Conversations with My Father. Man, we getting on down to the end of these get downs. This is, I think, get down number 12, and the topic of this one is called
Afro right here, or somewhat of an afro. It's not big, no. But they want us to wear skin here, what they call it, high and tight. High and tight. It's not my culture.
A mental disorder defined. The old man had this, we would talk, and he used to say that, he said at birth, we are nurtured by our mothers. It's just the natural order of things. Yes. But then life hits us with obstacles and triggers and traps and certain factors, and we find ourselves in new territory, and the nurturing stops, and life is just taking over. Things are different. The Dalai Lama, which is the spiritual leader over there in Tibet, spiritual leader of Tibetan people, and I believe they practice Buddhism. I don't practice Buddhism, I'm a Christian, but I do listen to people and, you know, hear what they have to say, and sometimes you hear things that are very interesting that, you know, make sense, but I have read or I have heard that the Dalai Lama said that a basic factor to establish a mental disorder is the lack of compassion or the lack of affection from family members, from family, from parents, or from society as a whole. And I thought about that. I said, man, a basic factor for a mental disorder is a lack of compassion or affection from your family or your society. He might be on to something now. That's kind of deep. So I started thinking about some of the disconcerting activity we see in our community, you know. Could it be a result of some phase of a mental disorder? My old man had wrote this thing, and I have to read it because it talks about a family, what a family is. But the old man said that, he said that the family being is an entity. It's an entity too, just as much as the individual or the nation or the corporation. The family should be respected as a compound being. He said the collective identity of all related intellects. Let's keep it real. The pit bull acts like a pit bull regardless of the individuality of the dog. Whether it's easygoing or fierce, it's still a pit bull. He said families also have distinctions, traits, which make them as what they are. The Cape hunting dog is also a family of wild dog. The dingo is another, each fierce and formidable, each an entity within themselves. So I thought about my family, the Bracey family, and there are some similar characteristics with a lot of people in my family. A lot of us are creative. We're artists. I'm an artist. My sister's an artist. My father's an artist. Uncles, aunties, you know, intellectuals. We like to read. We like to get information. We like to, there's just a lot of similarities within people within my family. But if you think about your family, there may be a lot of people in your family who are athletic, or a lot of people in your family who are really into this or that. A lot of times families have traits. So I was thinking about the traits of a family, and if you consider, you know, us as a larger family, at least me as a larger family, I'm a Christian, as I told you earlier. What are the traits of a Christian? You know, compassion, love, to be welcoming, you know, all of these things. But if you consider what the Dalai Lama said, that maybe a basic factor for establishing a mental disorder is a lack of compassion and affection from your parents or your community or your family, then why are families now more disjointed than ever? Why are they more disjointed now than ever? I can't think of a time in the history of the world that families have been this separate and this disjointed. So I ask you and I ask myself, what level of compassion and affection do you exhibit to your family members and other people within your community? As I do this get down, I have to always start with myself, and I'm very loving with my family, very giving with my family and within my community. But if I keep it a whole buck with you, man, I'm kind of being convicted right now as I speak about this, because I do have a family member where I know this person has some mental health issues. And because of some of the actions that the person has done, I've kind of pulled back. Because like a lot of people say, man, I can't. But as I did the research for this get down, I started thinking, could my actions be making it worse? If a person is already a trigger, if it's already a trigger for a mental disorder, that a family does not be compassionate with the person and does not show affection to the person, if by me pushing back, am I contributing to this person's mental health in a negative way? So I ask you the same thing. Think about that. With your actions and the way that you interact with your family and people in general, what are you contributing? How much are you contributing? The old man said, love is the highest vibrational frequency you can vibrate in, and the highest state of consciousness. In the purest frequency of love, there is gratitude, creation, happiness, and oneness. Love is all, and all is love. So if love is all, I started thinking about the community and the things that we're seeing. You know, we're seeing that we're killing each other. Man, the people who are out here killing each other, could that be triggered because they're not feeling compassion and affection from their family or their community members? We're hating on each other. We're straight hating each other. Could that be triggered by the fact that people in the community, they're not getting the compassion that they need from them. They're not getting the affection that they need from them. So now they're hating any and everybody. Escapism. So many people escaping with these pills and codeine and cocaine and meth and all these different things. They're trying to escape from this society. Why? Could it be because society isn't embracing them and giving them that love, to give them that oneness and that belonging to that they need, so they want to escape from it all? We're giving our bodies away. You know, straight giving our body. I was watching some stuff on social media and people were saying, forget love. They don't even want love in their relationship at all. They just want the physical, because love hurts. Love is too painful for them. But I'm like, whoa. Now, me being a person who's received an abundance of love since the day I set foot on this planet, I've been showered with love by my family before I got married, and since I've been married. That's all I know is an abundance of love. And I exude an abundance of love. I love on people. But there are people who don't get it. So they're giving their bodies away. You know, low to no self-esteem. You see that all over the place. A lot of people in our community today have zero self-esteem. Could that be triggered because they have not received the affection from a parent or the community? No value for life. How many times have we heard somebody say that? A lot of people out here, youth and otherwise, and not just in our community, the human community. There's no value for life. I just saw just yesterday somebody shut up a high school graduation out there in VA, Virginia. Grandmamas come to graduations, toddlers come to graduations. They opened up and just wet whoever was there. Could the trigger for that place they are in their mental space be because they just were not getting what they needed from a compassion perspective in their community or family? Could it be a mental disorder? Are we defining mental disorders here? Heathenistic and hedonistic behaviors all throughout society. Heathens, everywhere you look. Hedonism, everywhere you look. The Dalai Lama, he might be on to something. So if that's the case, if love is the highest vibrational frequency that we can vibrate on, you know it's not hard to love. It's easy and it's free. We have to think about sometimes when we don't exude love, that actually comes with purpose. Like you have to try to not give that person that natural innate emotion that we all have. A mental disorder defined. Could we repair it ourselves? Could we be the launching pad for helping to repair our communities by just loving on our people, in our family, or otherwise? That's a very good question. Like I said in one of my reels, you got a very good answer. I think the answer is yes, we can at least play a significant role in it. So love on your people, man. Love on your people, sister. I know I got work to do. I gave a little information in this get down, but I received a lot in this get down. I just got to figure out how to do it because I still, I got my lips poked out. I'm still mad at people and stuff, but I got to figure it out because it's bigger than my little emotions and my little discomfort and all of that. We're talking lives here. We're talking mental health here, stability, love, the highest vibrational frequency we can vibrate on. Tune in. That's it, man. That's the get out for this week. Mental disorder defined. As my old man used to say, much love. No, that's me. As the old man used to say, over and out, to be continued. Until next time, as I like to say, much love, much respect, revolutionary salute.